We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Alien, the original screenplay from Dark Horse Comics. This is a 5-part miniseries from 2020. Story by Dan O'Banion, adaptation script by Cristiano Seixas, art by Guilherme Balbi, colors by Candice Han, letters by Michael Heisler. I have the regular cover by Guilherme Balbi with Candice Han. Publisher was Mike Richardson, editor Randy Stradley, assistant editor Judy Koo. Cover's boring. I get what they're going for, but it's boring. These simplistic covers are not selling the book. So the crew is trying to figure out how far down the acid will go because this alien thing bleeds acid. This sort of molecular acid could eat through to the hull and cause a breach and kill everyone. They're very worried about that. Thankfully, it doesn't go all the way through, and they try and analyze what they know of the creature, including the video from Broussard's helmet, and that didn't really seem to give them too much, but they find that the language in the pyramid is very primitive, and they think it's two civilizations, whoever built that pyramid and the space jockeys. And that's when they discover the alien is gone. So they've managed to track it down and everything seems cool, but it starts to bleed and they gotta handle that situation. And just when they think they're safe, we get the John Hurt moment and they've got a real problem on their hands. So we're left with a little bit of a cliffhanger ending and kind of what would be a jump scare if it was cinematic. Overall, the story's fantastic. I think it's really familiar enough to the Alien story that fans of Alien would probably enjoy the story. Problem I had was the art. I don't care for it at all. I think it's actually gotten worse. This looks more rushed. There's less background detailing, and the positioning often looks very odd on people, very unnatural, as if they look stiff like posed action figures. And the fact that the side of the head shaved is so trite and overdone at this point. It's just lazy and obnoxious. Not everybody with the side of their head shaved is a cool superhero, okay? That exists on the West Coast in Portland and not many other places. It looks silly, and they kind of look like neo-Nazis too. Also, people's boobs look weird. The women have like these weird lumps across their chest that shift, and it doesn't look natural at all. They don't look like boobs. The guys kind of have that problem too, but the women look like their boobs are in really weird, awkward, very uncomfortable poses. So I think there's some anatomy issues, and the way people stand, sometimes their limbs look weird. Like, you'll see people's biceps look really big, but then their forearms look unnaturally small compared, so it doesn't really work. It's not consistent. Otherwise, the background ship looks okay, but some of that looks a little too straight line, like photographs were adapted for this purpose. And a lot of times there's this like halo effect around people that almost looks like they were cut out in Photoshop and put in the picture, and it makes them pop out a little bit, like they're not quite meshing with their backgrounds, as if somebody was standing in front of a really bad green screen. And it's because they have this unnatural white outline around them, and it's very, very distracting because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I think that was either a really bad Photoshop job or somebody trying to make their definitive lines more noticeable so that the outline of the person matched, and it didn't work at all. Whatever they were going for looks like trash. But the costumes look cool, like when they're in the spacesuits. The ship looks good. It's just there's a lot of sloppiness to the art that actually makes it look worse than last issue. I will recommend it, but only if you can find it for less than the cost of cover price. The art is just way too detracting. I didn't care for it, and I think it's getting worse. It looks rushed and sloppy more in this issue than in previous issues. So I enjoyed the story. I just don't like the art, and the side of the head thing, really, that trend needs to go away. It's awful. It's lazy, and it's really hackneyed at this point. That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, links to my Patreon, Streamlabs, and Teespring store are in the description. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.